Hello, this is Pie Frenzy, and I'm here to bring you another video about Star Wars: The Old Republic, but this time in its official release. This one here is about the Jedi Sage, because I have wonderful friends who decided to go Republic and not Empire because they're just great people. But enough of that. This first section is about telekinetics, the DPS talent tree. It's actually the middle one. Balance is also DPS, but whatever. Um, I can't really say I prefer this one over balance just because, like, this one, there's not a lot of mobility with it. I obviously wasn't great with it. This is the first time I had played it, so I was like, oh, okay. I started getting better towards the end, but I didn't really like how you had to stop and cast all the time, and balance is a lot more like run around and stuff. There will be a link in the description to what build I'll use because I don't have that build. I only have the balanced one, and that one's at the end of the video. So pretty much, the main or the last ability you get in the talent tree is Turbulence, which is kind of like a 1.5-second cast that does a good bit of damage. It always crits you if you have Weakened Mind up, so you always want to keep that up. It does fairly good damage, but to be honest, you have to stop and cast it. It's not that great. The little chain attack you get, telekinetic wave, chain lightning-ish sort of thing. There's a proc that you can get, so it'll cast it instantly, but I don't think it happens very often. You stop and cast a lot. This talent tree is just not for PvP. I think it's more of a PvE talent tree than PvP. But there's a lot of ability lag, which kind of screws balance over a bit, but that doesn't really matter. One thing I'm gonna address before I go to balance real quick, because there's a lot of balance gameplay, because that's what I play at 50, which is a few 50 clips in there. Most of the shots is shot at 40, but I'm sorry for not having making videos for a month now, month and a half. I was busy last semester with, exams and such. Then getting to 50 on this game, a lot of things going on. So, well, oh yeah, probably should have mentioned this earlier. Sorry if there's some like stream audio in the background. I was watching somebody speedrun Ocarina of Time, and then later I think you might hear some Super Mario 64 sounds. I was watching Siglemick get the 120 world record for Super Mario 64. He's a boss, but anyways, I'm gonna talk balance here. Pretty much balance, kind of like a Shadow Priest, whereas telekinetics is kind of more like a mage sort of thing, except just not a lot of mobility with it. Balance, you have three main dots. They're Sever Force, Weaken Mind, and Mind Crush. Weaken Force, or no, Sever Force, sorry, I got it wrong. Sever Force and Weaken Mind, I tried to combine the two. One super dot. But they're both instant casts. Now, Sever Force actually roots your opponent for 2 seconds, but it has a 9-second cooldown. Weaken Mind is instant, no cooldown. And Mind Crush is a 1.5-second cast with a 15-second cooldown. Now there is there's a talent that has a 30% chance on your telekinetic throw, I believe it is telekinetic throw. That's the channel spell. The telekinetic throw to give you a instant cast for any of your spells. I prefer to use this on Mind Crush, because then I can keep running and apply all my dots. The other ability that is unique to balance is I think it's called Balance in the Force, which is an instant cast AoE that if you spec it, increases the damage of your next 10 periodic attacks by 30%. Now, you obviously want this 30% to go towards Mind Crush, because Mind Crush is your hardest hitting attack. And if you watch right here, you will see the perfect example of what to do is slow down a bit. So I open up a telekinetic wave, I get an instant cast, I do force balance in the force, apply mind crush, apply weaken mind, so I have all my dots up on him. I start using telekinetic throw again. He leaps off, and I apply server force again to ruin him. I use telekinetic throw one more time while all my dots are still on him. Everything I can use for balance in the force again or mind crush, and I choose to finish him off with balance in the force. Pretty much a decent way to play. A good opener for balance is definitely, I mean, you can use balance in the force really as an opener, but I prefer not to. I prefer to use telekinetic throw because it slows them by 50% and it has no cooldown in balance if you spec it. And it can get you the instant mind crush because usually they're, if they're melee, they'll start running at you and they'll be slowed. Whereas if you open up with the AoE, you have to AoE, which it also can heal you. So you kind of want to use it after you get hit. It's not much of a heal. It's only like 1.2% or 2% or something. But I mean, it'll add up. Trust me. But yeah, you want to open up with telekinetic throw, just slow him, and you want to get the dot thing. Or the instant cast. Once you get the instant cast, you want to use Sever in the Force, which will root them. The AoE, Mind Crush, and then Weaken Mind. You'll have all your dots on them. Their HP will be going down pretty quick. You can either force stun them, telekinetic throw them, or I can't remember the name of it. Force slow. Sorry. And if you force slow, you want to move away. Force stun, you want to move away. You can't obviously move away when you're using telekinetic throw. But if you do choose to use telekinetic throw, you want to use force slow right after, or force stun and get away, and get a nice distance. You want to use sever force. You always want it to be on cooldown. You have to keep using it because the root is like amazing. It's so you can run. It's so much mobility, like, it's not even fair. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the talent tree for balance, of course. First one, Will of Jedi. Who doesn't want 6% more willpower? Skip Jedi resistance. Said, screw it, don't really need it. Got an empowered throw, because, dude, you want extra damage, because it's boss. Then critical kinesis, because who doesn't like 10% more crit on telekinetic throw and disturbance. Focused insight, because who doesn't want 1% of your total health when your periodic damage abilities hit. Upheaval, because who doesn't want 45% chance to 250% damage with project. Skip pending resolve, because it didn't really feel like I needed it. Force of balance, who doesn't. It's a spell in talent tree, duh. Psychic barrier, reduce pushback is a win, and you never run out of force. No cooldown on telekinetic throw when presence of mind. Do I really have to say? Skip mind ward, didn't feel like periodic effects raped me. Got containment because instant force lift is amazing. Force suppression, because that's what makes it so your periodic abilities do 10% or 30% more damage. Those 10 from balance of the force. Drain thoughts, because weaken mind is a dot and you use that a lot. Sorcerer, because mind crush is like one of your hardest hitting abilities. Psychic absorption, because those dots want to heal you more. Mental scarring, more damage. And sever force, because duh. I chose clamoring force because more damage. Mental longevity, that applies, or that helps with the 1% from that other ability. Inner strength, because reduced cost help with having about infinite force too. Skip mind's eye, didn't feel like I needed it, only applied to one of my abilities. Got Disturb Mind, because 3 seconds longer on Mind. Weaken is like the exact same length as Sever Force. Skip Concentration, because you don't ever use those abilities. Hard cast. And got Telekinetic Defense, because more absorption. And that is all, folks. Obviously, as you can see, I have the Jenkins legacy, because I am such a boss. And I'm Pi Frenzy, and I'll see you next time. To be continued. And if you're still listening, I plan to do like more videos more often, and they'll differ from this game. They'll probably include like StarCraft 2 with like 3 of my friends. I pretty much am really bad at StarCraft, so you'll probably enjoy laughing your butt off at how bad I am. But my friend's actually pretty good. So good day, and yeah, it's a party in the USA. Oh God, I hope I don't get copyright for that.